Whoa. Hey guys. Hold on 1 second. I haven't done this in a while. Microphone. What's going on? Hold on. We need a different background. I usually snap that out before. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not it. Where is it? Boom. That's not it either. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Is everything okay? How are you people doing? What's going on? Coop Coin Dev here. Oh boy, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Monday morning, 6 a.m. on the West Coast. We're back. I'm awake. The people are here. How's the troop doing? Haven't checked in on you guys in a while. I'm a little out of sorts right now. The world, I'm a little overwhelmed with all the things that I should be talking about. I have a lot of things queued up. We'll see what we get to. I'm sure you guys want to hear me talk about Coop Coin. It's funny. I haven't done my show since way before Coop Coin launched because I didn't even know that Coop Coin was launching when I launched it. But I was kind of having fun with the videos and, I launched the coin and then all of a sudden you people decided it was worth something. It was pretty amazing. But let's check out the chat. Doing amazing. Thank you, Vince. Or no, doing amazing was Moon. I appreciate you. Good morning, Vince. Let's go in here and let's talk to the people. Who's in here? All right, we got the first comment. Can't wait. It's a lot of letters and numbers, but SK1 all skills 23. That makes sense. What's up, Stango? Look at all these Koopa Troopas. That's for sure. What's going on? Crypto for change. What's 40 minutes before the show? Are you making a joke about how late I usually am? Oh, the Algonaut Ludo's back. Okay. Andy is here. What's up, Andy? Thanks for showing up. Everybody, Captain Stryker, a lot of you guys, Christopher Cooper, beautiful, Richard Harris. It's good to see all you guys. Cody, good morning. I'm sorry about whatever responsible thing you have in your life that has made it so you cannot be hitting bongs on the internet anymore. But I hope that brings you money because I know those bongs bring you pleasure. All right. Maybe some paranoia too, and some fatigue, and probably that guy's a skinny guy. He could probably eat all he wants. All right, Evis, what the fuck am I talking about? You know what I'm saying? Jaxo Wilder. Yes. Okay, guys, look, I can't do this. You guys are all here. IRL's here. Really excited to see all of you. It's really cool. I have a collab NFT with Coop. If you get one, we split the algo. That's right. It's Buddy Man. He made an image of me that was terrifyingly predicting the future. Looked like I lived outside of a trailer and was asking everybody to come on inside and hear my stories about Coop Coin. All right. Come on inside. I'll make you some, what would I make you? I probably would make you like some beefaroni or something. Oh, boy. That's where we're all headed, folks. You're the ones that decided to invest in crypto. You know what I mean? Good job. I want to congratulate everybody in my audience on what a wonderful job they've done with their investing. If you're a trader, you probably have done better. Look, I want to say this, too, at the top of the show. You know, before we talk about Coop Coin, before we talk about how Algorand hasn't tweeted about their 4-year anniversary. Neither account has tweeted in 3 days, but they sure do seem to be selling a lot of algo. Oh, shit. So they're active. At least we know they're active. You know what I'm saying? Boy, the Coop's back. You know what I'm saying? I can hide behind a Twitter account and post funny things because I'm sort of baffled and in awe of what Coop Coin is. But when you put me here, I'm going to just have to say the things. You know what I mean? Because there is, frankly, not much left to lose. It's all good. We're going to be great. Guys, we're going to be great. Come on. EXA is supporting a new chain. What is it called? It's called, I think it's named after Ludo. What was it again? Lutslav? Laslav? What is it? Sorry, hold on. It is called Luxo. Is a next generation EVM blockchain based on the Casper proof of stake. We all may know Casper as the chain that Scaramucci moved to. So things are looking good, folks. They're looking good. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to start off on such a negative thing. But all right, what do we got? Man, I love you guys. You guys are all here. D13's in the building. D13, if you are following KoopCoin, you know that is the man bringing you value. You better hound that man for utility because he's the one bringing it. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Coop is life. That's right. Coop is a religion. A religa. It's actually not a religion. It's a religion. It's a religion. Oh shit. All right. Good. The dude's name is Mooch. That's right. The dude's name is. It's Buddy Man is pointing out that being a mooch. I remember mooches when I smoked cigarettes. There was always those guys that never bought a pack of cigarettes. They just mooched. And I bet you, by the way, frankly, that Scaramucci was mooching off the foundation. I know, I'm sure he got paid, right? Was he a paid guy? Oh boy. Mooch into Caspa. He's into Caspa, El Crypto. I love it. Just gunning for a spot in the Coop Foundation. That's it. The Coop Foundation. What about KoopCoin? I want to say a couple of things because we're back after a while. And, I know that influencers and YouTubers like to, celebrate when they're right and ignore when they're wrong. So I got to live in that tradition because there's been a lot that I've, probably been wrong about. But for the troop that's been paying attention for the past, I mean, it's got to be at least 6 months. I've been overly bearish. I've gotten heat for how bearish I've been. I always try to keep an optimistic viewpoint, but come on, guys. You know that I have been sitting here staring down the barrel of a gun, looking at this camera, thinking, oh God, this is just getting worse. This is just going to get worse. And it actually wore on me because I knew this shit was going to happen. But I literally couldn't sit here every day with that uncertainty and could maintain my sanity. I mean, you saw me you saw I had to break it because I was showing up every day towards the end, a couple times a week. And I just couldn't really do it anymore. I needed to kind of, I don't know, jump in the back of my truck and, drink a 6-pack with some friends and make funny videos because I had no idea how to kind of maintain. But, so my point is that I was right. It was going to get worse. And it feels like it could still get worse. I don't know what that's going to look like, but it's going to look probably this week. We have so much happening this week. But just like, crypto's interesting because you think it's going to get worse, and worse. And then all of a sudden it turns around. So you don't want to be too convinced, but I had been convinced. If you guys have been paying attention, you guys know that we all were kind of looking at this being like, this can get worse. And it did. So there you go. I hope you prepared yourself. I hope you hedged your bets. If there's anything you've learned, if there's anything I've learned, I don't know what you've learned. But if there's anything I've learned in this bear market is that you've got to keep on adjusting and you got to be willing to pivot because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. So people have been yelling, don't be a single chain maxi and all of that. And they're probably right, folks. They're probably right. You know what I mean? Anyways, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of catching up with my friends. You know what I mean? My friends are here and I'm just trying to kind of talk. How's Pepe doing? I'm just kidding. And that's another thing, for a couple of things. For one, I've been using a picture of myself from COVID with a mustache on this channel from the very beginning, but I have literally never had an actual mustache on this channel because it was always, a picture from before. And in the beginning of my show, a funny thing that would come in to the comments on occasion was, wait a second, this guy's a fraud. He's advertising mustache. He doesn't have mustache. So now I have mustache, folks. So I'm planning on this turning our tides. Sorry. Chris Swenner's here. And another thing is that I started talking about crypto on this show. I was into Bitcoin and Ethereum. I had small positions in that for a while. It intrigued me. But one of the things that made me start talking about crypto on this show was because a buddy was so into Dogecoin really early on. And I thought it was so stupid. So I started talking about cryptocurrency almost just to troll, not to troll him really, but it was because I was presenting a counterpoint to his Doge. I'm not a meme coiner, folks. I'm not a meme coiner. Even during the Pepe thing, I was kind of like, well, this is stupid, but it's funny. So it's interesting now that Coop coin is considered a meme coin, which has me as the thing. But it's and I'm being honest here. I mean, I've got to be careful. I can't sit here and be talking about Coop coin all the time. I can't be trying to, pump Coop coin. I'm not, by the way. I'm absolutely not. But I will say this about Coop coin is that it's actually and I think this is legit. I'm not even joking. I'm not talking in that other voice. I actually mean this. I think it actually is more than a meme coin. I mean, it's funny, and that's what's making it fun. But what it's turned into is something bigger than that. And there is like a real case at decentralization in the community of KubeCoin. It's distributed amongst a ton of different people in our community, and it's legitimately community led by people like D13 and John and everybody else, Andy, all of you people out there, Stango, all of the people, I can keep on going. And now I feel like I've named 4 people. I should keep on going because I'm gonna offend some people. Jack's Hole, Crypto for Change, all of you people, all of you damn people. And so, I mean, that's what makes it exciting to me because I'm not going to sit up here and talk about meme coins, but I have to say that Coop coin I feel like is more than that, and I actually genuinely believe that. So good luck. I have no idea what it's going to do. I have zero control about what it's going to do. I'm not going to. You can't look to me to do anything with Coop coin because if you start looking to me to do anything with Coop coin, then I'm going to be on the phone from prison telling you what you should do for KubeCoin. Like there's no me in this situation. There's only me. I mean, what can be me here is I'll create a fictional white paper or I'll keep on making videos and I'll keep on supporting you guys because I think it's fun. But it's truly on to you guys to do what you want to do with this thing if you want to do anything with it. But it's fun, right? I mean, anyways, so we'll get back to it. We're going to be talking about it. You know how it goes. I feel an obligation to move on. So what I plan on doing today, I haven't looked at prices at all. I have zero idea what's going on. So we'll go look at some prices on all the different cryptocurrencies. This week is a huge week. There's a deadline. The Hinman emails and XRP. So we should get some information about that lawsuit tomorrow. I believe the deadline is tomorrow, June 13th. So those emails should be revealed. That's the word I was looking for. And if you don't know, Hinman was a guy that worked at the SEC. He gave a speech to Ripple. And I mean, I'm very uneducated on this, but if I'm wrong, you can put it in the comments and you can correct me. But he gave a speech to Ripple back in the day where he stated that he believed that Ethereum was not a security, and it seems like the SEC is trying to scrub him from their history. I believe when they initiated the lawsuit against Ripple, they got rid of Hinman, and now the Ripple people want all of the inner emails and stuff, and the judge granted it, so we can really see what's going on and what the idea was behind. Because if the SEC was looking at Ethereum as a commodity, then XRP was also distributed in a very similar way. So it would also be the case, obviously Ripple thinks so that XRP is also a commodity. So anyways, I don't know a lot about it. We'll find more about it. I think I have something queued up. We can read about it in a second here. Let's just do that real quick. No, we're going to go with the structure. I don't know why I'm talking about that. It's only one thing that's happening this week because there's a lot of other things that happened this week. Like I said earlier, Algorand celebrated 4 years on mainnet over the weekend. That was exciting. They celebrated by selling millions upon millions of tokens. I mean, I'm poking that, you know what I mean? But it's just brutal. I mean, and by the way, they need to keep the lights on. You know what I mean? I got to close these. I got to close the chat because you guys are distracting me. They got to keep the lights on and everything, but it's just a brutal time. Nobody wants to see the foundation or Inc. I think it is mainly selling lots of tokens because I don't know if you guys noticed, but anybody that has been bullish on Algorand, I believe the number was over this weekend when they got sub 10 cents. And did I cue that up? Don't quote me on this, but I believe the number was over this weekend, there were only 28 Algorand wallets in profit at those prices. So, I mean, what do you do with that? Because that obviously, puts you in a position of, is this going to zero or is this a tremendous opportunity? So that's your decision to make. Tomorrow, CPI numbers. Sorry. I believe it's tomorrow that we get the CPI numbers, some inflation numbers, and then the PPI later in the week. And the Fed meeting is this week, and we'll get interest rate information on Wednesday. It's probably almost certainly going to be a pause. I believe Powell has indicated that he supports a pause, and that's that. So, yeah, we're getting a pause. We're probably getting a pause. It's been 10 consecutive rate hikes since last March. So this would be the first pause. It seems like what they want to do is they want to pause for this month and see the effects of all of these interest rate hikes and, the effects of the bank failures and if there's a credit crunch. And I think that we're seeing some evidence out there that there is a credit crunch. I'm sure anybody that has relied on credit has noticed that it's probably more difficult to get, but who knows? Little thing happened where the SEC sued Coinbase and Binance last week. Coinbase and Binance for, selling unregistered securities. Binance for a lot more. I think, commingling customer funds, wash trading, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You guys are all up on that news. That's basically old news at this point, but it's brutal. Binance US losing banking access. I mean, that thing is about to shut down, which is something that I've been talking about on the show, for a while. I think we all knew these things were going to happen, and that's what was driving us crazy. Or speaking to you, you guys maybe aren't as neurotic as I am, but it was kind of driving me crazy. What else, guys? Unemployment numbers on Thursday, consumer sentiment. We're back, guys, checking all of these stupid fucking numbers. We had reactions. From some new cryptocurrencies that have been blessed with the security tag by Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren and that troop of jerk-offs. Haven't said jerk-offs in a while, but yeah. So Ada, welcome. Ada gave a big what? No way. We are not a security. And then Polygon also, and their reaction was like, well, what the fuck is the U.S. anyways? Nobody knows. Nobody's ever heard of the United States. And then Solana was like, yeah, bro, that sounds right. but no, we're kidding. It doesn't sound right. So those were the reactions from them. We're seeing delistings. We're seeing delistings from SoFi. We're seeing delistings from Robinhood. All of the players that want to play the game with the United States are rapidly delisting all types of things. Pretty soon, if you're an Algorand fan, and you like off ramps, Coinbase is probably pretty important to you. I just got depressed. Okay. let's just navigate the noise. All right, so we're gonna go. I haven't done this in a while. I actually have a monitor. I didn't set it up. I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna have a monitor tomorrow. If I mess up, you guys are gonna forgive me. So here we go. Let's check out. What? Oh, I was like, Monty Metzger from LCX is chatting here. That's interesting. Okay, let's go. CB is very important. I mean, for sure. They said something. I have. Did I cue that video? Oh, that's why I don't have everything. I didn't actually. Darn it. There's this. You see, A16Z is opening in London. Can you guys? Hopefully, you guys can still see me. Oh, here we go. This was the article I was talking about. Let's get that up here. Sorry. Let me just do a couple of things because I forgot to do it. Let's get these articles in here. I've got a whole process, folks. I have a whole process that I did not do. Okay. There's that Algorand thing. Oh, right. That was this. Copy. Sorry. Little dead air. Everybody appreciates a little dead air, right? Little me typing. Little me clicking. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. And then one more. This one. All we need to do about the A16Z thing is, I think, kind of mention it. Oh, there's a lot of you here. Cool. All right, there. Now we're queued up. So I can get back to business. All right, let's share the screen. And let's go to CNBC. It's Crypto for Change's favorite website. He trusts it unequivocally. He's like, look, if CNBC reports on it, it's the truth, it's fair, it's balanced. That's his approach to the news. We call him a mainstream media. Okay, what's going on? This is the way we do this. There it is. We're back, folks. We're back. All right, let's go there. Okay. All right, the futures are up. The future's looking bright. The future's looking bright. Interesting. Oil, and I'm a little behind on all of this stuff. I have made a conscious effort to kind of chill out a little bit on all this, and I haven't looked at oil at all. I know that OPEC Plus meeting had Saudi Arabia cutting their what they're going to send out. And you would think that oil would be going up, but it's going down on a Monday. It's going down on a Monday. The 10 years down. All right. JP Morgan settles with their favorite, disgusting person. Let's see. Stock futures gain hope. HSBC builds innovation division on the bones of collapsed Silicon Valley Bank UK arm. All right. There's a new MacBook Air for you guys to all spend the money on. Alex Soros is the future of the right's vitriol. Silvio Berlusconi is putting up a peace sign. All right, there's nothing. Goldman Sachs slashes oil price forecast by nearly 10% as Russian supply recovers. All right, well, so there you go. That's why it's down. I think that Elon Musk is giving a keynote at like Edison or something. All right. Palantir. If any of you are big fans of the U.S. government and their defense, and Palantir is a company that's recovered a lot. Okay, let's go to Bloomberg. Let's check that out real fast before we. We're okay. We're there. All right, Bloomberg is here. JP Morgan, yeah, with their sex crime guy. All right, so augmented reality is coming for cities. Okay, there you go. Yeah, those. Did you guys see? Are you guys going to get some? What are they called? Lenses, Apple Lens or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. That's look, I'm an old man. And I am becoming an old man, and those freak me out. It's just because it's not because I'm an old man, it's because I'm a father. And I see what iPads have done to my children's brains. And I have obviously, like every father, decided that it was better than actually having to deal with them all the time. So I let them do it. I mean, I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? No, we have parameters about that stuff. They want phones, they're not going to get a phone. You know what I mean? I'm going to be that jerk. It's like, you don't get a phone. I don't, social media, hell no. Okay. Except for YouTube, because that's the only thing that they like. And I don't really have, I can't really take the high road on YouTube, can I? Point is that that mixing of the digital world and the real world, I feel like it's going to create a lot of mental health issues. But I guess we'll deal with that when we get there. Okay. Google CEO vows not to rush AI and says efficiency drive continues. Yeah, they're not rushing. And we can tell based on the fact that Bing is probably going to replace you. Microsoft is going for Google's throat, and Google keeps on being like, but we're not going to rush. We're going to be careful. Maybe that'll play out. Okay. I don't know. Sam Bankman-Fried's risky Japan trade seeded a crypto empire. I don't know what that means, but I'm not that interested, so I'm going to move on. But maybe, no, it's a podcast anyways. Okay. L-shaped recovery, property market for China, crypto resumes drop after SEC crackdown led to weekend sell. Oh, so we're dropping is what you're telling me. Algo's got to be dropping based on some of that selling pressure I saw. Crypto resumes drop. Okay, what do you got? What do you got for us? Bitcoin dropped to 25.8. I mean, that's not a drop. That's where it was all weekend. Matic, and all of those partnerships. I mean, they did. I joked a second ago about how but their response to it wasn't like they didn't say we're not a security, or maybe they did, but their main focus is like, we're not really focused on the US. We're not in the US. We're focused on other things. And that's what's going to happen, honestly. And frankly, that's probably what Gary and Liz want. Gary and Liz, man. Oh boy. I mean, what's frustrating for me, and sorry, I'm getting derailed. What's frustrating with me about Gary and Liz is that I know that there's a lot of reasonable people that watch my show. And I know that there's a lot of reasonable people in crypto in general. And so many reasonable people are like, yeah, dude, like, yeah, some shady behavior from centralized exchanges. You need to fix it. Binance has a weird track record. Yeah, get in there, do your thing. Coinbase has front run. They've gotten punished for it. Individuals have gotten punished for it, but Coinbase is also has some issues. We'll look at a video that kind of shows like, yeah, there's some mixing there that they need to be regulated. Like, but this idea that we don't need digital currencies and the US dollar is everything is such a limp idea. I'll just stop there. It's such a limp idea. And it will put the United States behind. And then it's obvious. And that's what's happening. And that's what's going to happen. So obviously, it upsets me more than maybe a lot of you because you're not here in the United States. I'm sure it upsets you too because it affects your bags. But anyways, it's just not the right approach. We need reasonable regulators that aren't trying to kill an industry that the cat's already out of the bag on, and the world is going to move forward with, and the United States is going to continue. Citizens are going to continue to participate in it. They're just going to it's going to be much more difficult and risky. So they're putting their citizens at risk because we're going to have to deal with shady, exchanges and different innovative ways to access it. And we're going to get wrecked, and we're going to have no way of dealing with it. It pisses me off, honestly. All right, I don't care about this article. We can figure out what the crypto market is doing all by ourselves. Okay, Bloomberg, you're boring. Fed will keep rates high thanks to inflation fueled by corporate greed, I'm sure say. So yeah, like I said earlier, it seems like the idea is pause right now, see what's going on, and then maybe hike again in July. If that happens, man, are we going to just continue this pain? Hopefully, the CPI tomorrow will show some cooling off, but we'll see. Okay, we'll look at the headlines for CoinDesk, and then we'll get to price. prices. CoinDesk, let me just make sure you're still with me. You are. CoinDesk is here. Cardano developer IOG restructures to venture studio model, lays off some staff. You know what would be a good idea? The IOG is laying off some staff. You know, the Algorand Foundation. Sorry, I know that a lot of you value your jobs, but I mean, is it really at this point? I mean, whatever they can do to sell less algo, to fund operations at this point, if they actually believe that this thing is going to survive, I mean, a couple of years, let alone 2030. I mean, I get the idea that it's good that they get it out there so there's no more to dump. But like right now, I mean, maybe right now is the time. Dump it all. Let it go to 2 cents, and then we can actually get it distributed. But will it get distributed? Or will some bad actor or some whale just accumulate it all because retail is shaken out? Anyways, I'm all over the place today. We'll get better. Today is my remember how to do this day. XRP and Bitcoin are actually in the green, but Ethereum's pushed down a little. I mean, it's in the same exact range it's been all weekend. I don't know what that Bloomberg article is talking about. It's been at 1750 all weekend. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a little. Canada's largest university starts XRP validator and new partnership with Ripple. Huh. That makes me feel like, I mean, I guess nobody actually knows, but this is another reason why right now, folks, you don't want to get too bearish. And like I said earlier, I've been very bearish for a while. But when you see stuff like this, I'm sorry, but this kind of like interests me. Not that they would know, but Canada isn't known for being the most, they're like here, they're like the United States. The University of Toronto, the largest university in Canada by enrollment, plans to start an independent XRP ledger validator, which primarily processes payments in a new partnership with Ripple as it seeks to support the next generation of the crypto industry. The newest UBRI partnership helps to grow a program that is already supporting important blockchain and crypto technology research in Canada while providing students with opportunities. Okay, so this might not be that big of a deal, but it just highlights the idea that lawsuit is coming to a head. And if XRP is determined to be a commodity, you may be upset that you didn't buy down here. And that's not financial. I mean, that's genuinely not financial advice. I'm not just saying that. It's just kind of what I'm thinking for myself. All right. SEC crypto crackdown adds urgency for U.S. lawmakers to produce regulatory framework. Yeah, that's right. That's I read that like it was important, but that's just obvious. Curve Finance founder deposits 24 million CRV into Aave to safeguard 65 million. Open interest. Solmatic prices stabilize as foundations hit back. All right. Not a whole lot, man. So many. There she is. Yeah. All right. Let's see what CoinMarketCap has for us. Okay. Pepe's the bleed that just won't stop bleeding, will it? All right. Okay. Bitcoin 25.8. We know with Bitcoin that the U.S. government, they've told us that they are going to be selling, and we know that they're vindictive towards this market. So it begs the reason that they're going to sell in coordination to tank the market. Over the weekend, I was thinking, well, a strategy would be do something that will kill the alts, make everybody move into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then do something to crash Bitcoin and Ethereum to really hurt the industry. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. We'll see though. But Bitcoin has shown strength, and the halving is next year. So it's hard not to be bullish on Bitcoin right now, since it has there's no real regulatory problem. The problem is that we know that the US government has a lot to sell. And another problem is like, is there another shoe? Now, something I haven't talked about in a while, something that gets people kind of riled up when you talk about it in the industry, but is there another shoe? And is it called Tether? Because if the shoe is called Tether and that shoe drops, I mean, Goblin Town. Just total, total scared. Total scare. Be like, uh-oh. But I don't mean to like put that out there. I have no idea. I know that the US government's been looking at Tether for a long time. I don't even know what they could do. I mean, Tether is in fantastic financial shape. BNB is not doing well. And that's another thing, if the DOJ comes out and, if that red notice that Kobe, tried to cryptically express, what was it, a couple months ago, actually comes, these types of things are probably that a DOJ criminal charges against CZ and Binance seem inevitable, to be honest, from the United States. So that will obviously cause fear. So we're not out of the woods is my point. I don't know, I don't know what to say about that. All right. So XRP is at 50 cents. It's been at 50 cents forever. So, or around 50 cents for a long time. So it's pretty solid. They don't know, they're waiting. What will happen to this price is if they win that court case and they are legitimately a commodity, this will be over $1 that day. Easy. Doge is never, I talk shit, but Doge has kind of established itself, hasn't it? This little joke, sometimes a joke establishes itself, folks, to all the Cooper troops out there. Solana's at $15, down 30%. Polygon at 63 cents, down 28%. Litecoin's down. Their halving's coming up really soon. Interestingly, though, Litecoin, and it just might be where it is in relation to Bitcoin's halving, but usually Litecoin's price goes down during their history. Polkadot, which is growingly becoming on my radar. I'm a nominator. I nominate validators in the Polkadot ecosystem. Is at 450. Let's see. Atom, another one of those coins that have been labeled as a security, down below $10. It was pretty strong around $10 for a while. Filecoin, another security token, according to the SEC. Near is near $1. It was holding above 2 for a long time, but look at that. Near's not doing well. It's got the same kind of model as Solana. I mean, their case is not good. Algorand actually, I think it fell out of the top 50 for a second. But now that everything else is getting wrecked as well, I mean, it's still down as much as most, but at least it's 43 now. Had a rocket pool right behind ApeCoin, over 11 cents. 3 million. What do you guys like? What are you confident in this moment? Tezos is another interesting one. They may have gotten all of their security talk out of the way. I'm interested in Tezos. What do you guys think of Tezos? I mean, I'm obviously still an Algorand. I own, I own Bitcoin, of course, and I have a position in DOT now, and I'm looking to find another one. The problem with Tezos is, I mean, look at that volume. Like, nobody gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like, just nobody cares. 12 million, nearly $13 million dollars worth of volume in the last 24 hours. But it seems cool. It has a long history. what was the guy's name? He had to he tried to copy Satoshi, and he was like LM Goodman or something. But now we all know who he is. Brightman, Arthur Brightman or something. I mean, I know that California uses a private iteration of the Tezos blockchain for the DMV. So things like that make me feel like they're playing well with regulators. I'm trying to hedge my bets, honestly, guys, on things that won't go to zero. And because the chances of a token that gets completely and utterly demolished by the SEC, I mean, it can survive, of course, and I'm rooting for all of them. But you want to hedge your risk. So tokens that aren't going to get that heat are much less likely to go to zero. Because they told us. Didn't they tell us? They told us, like, hey, the Bitcoiners have been telling you this for years, being like, the bear market, things go to zero. Or not even Bitcoiners, everybody, Ethereum, anybody that hates shitcoiners, right? Some of this stuff will go to zero, but guess what? A lot of this stuff will survive. And some of this could actually get up here because it's better technology. Because anybody that uses Ethereum knows that it could be better. All right, moving on. We spent a lot of time on CoinMarketCap. Let's look at Vestige. We can check on everybody's favorite Algorand coin. Actually, what am I talking about? Coop coin. It's up over the last 24 hours, pushing down in the last hour. I started talking and people were like, oh shit. There's a benefit to me not doing my show. I mean, if you guys know, I have a tendency to FUD my own bags. But look at this. Look at you guys. You guys are animals. There's that. And then it went, look at that. It's pretty strong. Pretty cool. That tiny man pool, Algo Coop, over 100,000 TVL. Pretty impressive. Coop USDC, almost up to 15,000 TVL. That's also pretty impressive. To be honest, this is a good one. Up 6%, like I said, a 1.2 million market cap, 150,000 US dollar volume over the last 24 hours. I am frankly blown the fuck away. It's amazing. And if anybody out there is watching, I did not do this on purpose, and that makes it even cooler. Doesn't it? I think it makes it cooler. There was a moment like a week ago where I was like, oh my God. Because the joke was initially going to be that I was going to release the entire supply, but I was going to keep one less than Satoshi. That was my first idea. But I was like, whatever. I'm not going to keep anything. I don't know what these people are going to do. I just need to get rid of it all. And it was a very good decision not to keep it. But it was hard when this thing was pushing 10 cents to think that I could have had 1 million of those. I was like, wow, that would have lifted me up out of a situation. But what was I going to do? Sell it? So it made no sense. And I'm glad that I didn't keep it because I'm just glad. It was all for you guys, and you guys have been generous. I have some. So if a Coop DAO comes, which it seems like it's coming, I'll be able to be a participant with, let's see, how many do I have? Based on the generosity of you guys, I own where are you? I own 89,133 Coop. And I think CoinDrive has 100 Coop in it. So ReCoop.algo has a little over 89,000 Coop. So if there's a DAO, I will have that amount of voting power, and that will be all that I have. I'm just somebody that can speak up. I imagine you guys will listen when I speak up, but that you don't have to follow. You can just listen. That's okay. All right. So Opulus, I think we actually did jump into, as a group, the troop. I think the troop actually got above Opulus and TVL, but we've fallen back down. Head of Vestige, love Vestige. Head of Votecoin, Ludo, I know you're out there. Sorry. And Bank, man, look at that. Look at that chart. Oof. You know, I had resisted Bank the whole entire time, and then I kind of wanted boosted USDC, and so I got some Bank and locked it up until I was until I'm going to be 79, and yeah, I don't know how that's going to play out. AlgoFi is not isn't feeling. I'm not feeling the tingly feeling about AlgoFi right now, but John Woods endorsed coin. Look at that. That was quite the sell. But yeah, I don't know anything about that. I like their picture on Twitter, is what I know about that. Sicko. All right. So the last thing I'll say, and I've already said it, is look, KoopCoin. Are you guys looking at this? Okay, good. All I can say to you guys about this is that I should have prepared for what I wanted to say about KoopCoin, because you guys are here probably for that. Oh shit, look at that, by the way. I had no idea. Look at that Coop Octo. Almost 19,000 TVL. That's crazy. Octo. Can I get I'm it's funny, Octorand, I remember being on that floor over there one night, and somebody on one of my videos, this was a long time, this is when Octorand first launched, was like, you need to get into this. And I went to go get one of the things, and maybe it was like 1,000 algo or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but algo was obviously much more expensive at that point. And I didn't do it. And then they got real expensive, so I never did it. But I just don't know the status of that project. I know that they launched like Tacos, the octopus guy. I think he used them as their launch pad for they was the first project to launch there. He's doing some cool stuff with Coop as well. But I still don't really know a lot about it. Somebody sent me, I believe, 500. Somebody's calling me. No, not me. It's my wife. Okay. Do I stand up or do I just let that go? I think I just let that go. But yeah, Octo, I just don't know a lot about it. But now I want to know more about it, because that's crazy. It's the second largest pool. Okay, come on. Anyways, can I get ReCoop? I mean, how does Octo work? Can I get ReCoop? Okay, anyways, so KoopCoin, guys, let's have some fun. Have some fun. Create something. Let's do it. I mean, D13 completely saved it. Look, I didn't think necessarily about the tokenomics. All I thought about when I launched KoopCoin was, this is going to be funny. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it into the story. And Devin is going to fall in love with his Guatemalan nurse, and he's going to disappear. She's going to give him the title of Kooptoshi, and they're going to live in a hut for the rest of their life, and they're going to disappear. And that's going to be the magic of it. And because he's so in love, he wants to spread the love, and he's not going to be able to be available because he's going to live in a hut. So he's going to give it to all of his people because he wants his people to be the people. I mean, that was a story that I got in my head, and then I pressed record and I just dealt with whatever came out. And that's something that you should know about all those videos, is that they're all one take, except for one time I had a booger in my nose. It was disgusting. So I had to do it again. And I think the second one was better. So sometimes maybe I should do them twice, but it doesn't matter. But my point is that I thought that was funny, and so I released it. But I didn't want to I know what you people do. And I know what, like, there was another one, the homeless one, the tent one, like, and I'm not trying to throw shade. It's all good. I don't really care, other than the fact that, like, it's going to take people's money. I don't know if tent will or whatever. I don't know any specific, but all of these projects just are basically set up for somebody to capitalize on this and to manipulate it to have several wallets, to create LP, create hype, and then slowly pull their LP. Come on, you guys know the game. It's shady as fuck. But my point is that I didn't want a whole bunch of people to have all the Coop. Even though I didn't necessarily think it was going to be worth anything, I wanted to make sure that as many people as possible could have it. So it'd be more fun and it could be actually decentralized. So that was my main focus. The only thing I was focused on was making sure that actual humans, actual individual humans got it, and not like some dude in wherever, in whatever country you want. I'll go local. Some dude in Baton Rouge with 45 wallets is now a whale because they got all the Coop, because I got tricked into automatically distributing it to all of his wallets. I didn't want that. And I think I did actually a pretty good job at that. And that's why it's seen some success. I mean, what are we talking about? I think it's been less than a month and it's got over $1 million market cap. It's had over $150,000 worth of volume in the last 24 hours. And it's almost 6 cents a Coop coin. So yeah, it's had some success. It's wild. And people are excited about it. And it's because it's fair. And look, obviously it's going to trend. People are putting money where their mouth is so they can buy it. But still, there's not like these massive whales. You guys didn't let this get defeated. It's crazy. Because even once people created LP and put real money at risk to create LP, to create KoopCoin, to allow KoopCoin to go without any kind of promise of anything, they just did that, which was crazy to me. Even after that, people continued to do it, but the price increased so rapidly that somebody couldn't be like, all right, I'm going to put 50 grand into this and just own all of it, because that would have wrecked it. So maybe people didn't do that because they knew it would wreck it. I don't know. I'm not going to overthink it, folks. But yeah, anyways, KoopCoin, pretty cool. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about you guys. I'm not necessarily even excited about KoopCoin. I am, because I'm excited about the story. I have some fun stuff that I'm trying to, the story is going to continue. I think it should be a show. Come on. They're going to be making shows that revolve around this industry. There's no real show that really does. I mean, I guess there was that Netflix show, but that's like a comedy about a meme coin dev. Like, give me a break. I should stop giving away my ideas. I didn't, this is my idea. Let's get it done. Come on, troop. Let's get this done. Anyways, all right, that's enough. I can even act in it. I have a history of that. All right, gold. Let's look at gold and let's look at some news. It's almost time to sign off. We talk about news. Oh, okay. Never mind. There we go. We're sorry, but it's unavailable. My gold price website is unavailable, guys. Too bad. It's probably around $2,000. Okay, and silver's probably around 25. So we did that. I talked about DOT earlier. Do you guys remember this from late last year? I am bullish DOT. That's another thing about me. If you paid any attention to me, I really love great technology with zero hype. I'm like a fucking fly on shit to, sorry for all the swearing, to great tech with no hype. And here I am. Let's talk about DOT. Such an asshole. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, good. Let's look at it real quick, though. Look, so this was from November 4th of last year. Web3 Foundation announces Polkadot's native token DOT has morphed and is software, not a security. After 3 years of proactive engagement with the SEC, Web3 Foundation announces a landmark step towards the achievement of Web 3.0, a decentralized, trustless, serverless internet. In November of 2019, the digital asset regulatory climate was tense when Web3 Foundation first approached FinHub. The SEC had recently filed its complaint against Telegram. The FinHub Staff's framework for investment contract analysis of digital assets had been published on the heels of many other SEC enforcement actions and announcements, including its 21A report of investigation, the Dow report, the Munchi cease and desist order, and the Keek decision. Over the next 3 years, the Web3 Foundation experience was a positive one. Web3 Foundation met regularly with the SEC and attempted to break new ground and comply with U.S. federal securities laws with respect to the offer and sale, marketing and delivery to initial purchasers, and treatment of retail purchasers in the line with public companies. We could read this article, but they celebrated that they were a commodity, not a security, and it's playing out. They're never named in any of this stuff. So there you go. So it's an interesting one for sure. And I mean, if you appreciate great technology, I mean, Web3 was coined by them, it's all in our lexicon. What's his face? Gavin, created Solidity. He's a big brain. He was one of the main actual developers at Ethereum. And if you believe that we need an alternative to Ethereum, and Ethereum is basically unworkable and layer twos are just centralized patchwork, maybe you're interested in how DOT and its shared security model can be the foundation for Web3. How about that? All right, let's move on. Here's this. I mentioned this real quick. I mentioned this to make sure that you guys can see all this. I mentioned this earlier. This is, Coinbase kind of admitting to.
I don't know actually the exact. That's not good for America.
Coinbase has a venture arm that invests in tokens and other things. Does it invest in anything that's traded on the platform?
I don't know actually the exact. I want to make sure I give you a specific answer, but I think most of those have been just standard venture investments in startups.
So that's not a factor in the listing decisions, is whether Coinbase has or doesn't have a position in the company or the token.
Well, we don't take any listing fees, and as far as I know, on the digital asset listing group, they don't look at our personal Coinbase venture investment. It's not a factor. That's not good for America.
Coinbase has a venture arm.
Yeah, well, look, I said we need to support Coinbase, but they also, I mean, come on, that looked like, he's like, oh shit. He felt like he kind of felt like he got caught there, didn't he? He also, this was another quote from that interview.
And we kind of got this information, and then something shifted about a year ago. A totally different tone started to happen. And we kind of got this information from the SEC that, well, actually, we think everything other than Bitcoin is a security. And then something shifted about a year ago.
We've heard that, haven't we?
A totally different tone.
So, the SEC's, oh, I did have it queued up. Never mind. All right. So, okay, we already looked at that. And this Axios, this was quick, but I hate this guy. What is he from? The OC or something? Such a little fart, that guy. Hey, Ben McKenzie, you're a little fart. You got this weird little boxing thing. You want to box? Ben McKenzie? Just kidding. I can box a little. I'm better at wrestling. Okay, so the U.S. government seems, but I have reach. So I'm sure that guy's a little tiny guy. Little tiny guy, Ben? Little small guy? Sorry, why am I taunting Ben? You little, anyways. Okay. Okay, so the Axios, this is all the money guys read Axios. The U.S. government seems to have decided to kill the crypto ecosystem. Yeah, it has. Why it matters. For over a decade, crypto was allowed to be given the benefit of the doubt, but those days are over. The big picture, crypto has, on its face, never been entirely above board. Indeed, the initial dream of creating a digital currency that could and should replace the U.S. dollar seemed to be illegal from day one. I don't think that's, well, I guess that's what Bitcoin is saying, but the FBI explicitly, that's funny though, isn't it? Isn't it funny that the digital currency that is supposed to replace the U.S. dollar was illegal from day one? But the one thing, because they're the only cryptocurrency that anybody says is going to replace the US dollar is Bitcoin. And that's the one that the US government acknowledges is, fair game. The FBI explicitly said more than a decade ago that it is a violation of federal law for individuals to create private coin or currency systems to compete with the official coinage and currency of the United States. Yes, but Bitcoin users and companies largely escape prosecution unless they use their crypto in furtherance of their other crimes, like extortion or theft or money laundering. Between the lines, a lot of rich and powerful people were convinced that blockchain technology would prove to be just as revolutionary as the internet, and that it would be ludicrous for crypto to be illegal in the country that's home to Silicon Valley and most technological breakthroughs. Authorities held back on a broad crypto crackdown as the industry developed. Coinbase was allowed to go public. Crypto bank Silvergate was regulated by the Federal Reserve, and Congress perennially mulled bills that would regulate the industry and give it, or at least certain companies, the government's formal stamp of approval. Be smart. Other companies, from Uber to Citigroup, have also benefited from being allowed to remain in operation pending a change in the law. As SEC Chair Gary Gensler puts it, crypto companies made a similar calculated economic decision. Ask for forgiveness rather than permission is a very common strategy in industries where first mover advantage can be worth billions. But then FTX obliterated any hope that Congress would pass legislation that would retroactively legitimize the crypto industry. Once that was clear, an SEC crackdown on crypto scofflaws was only a matter of time. What they're saying, the overriding goal of policymakers should be to keep crypto systemically irrelevant, wrote business professors Stephen Cicchetti and Kim Schoenholtz after the FTX collapse. Rather than creating a new legal and regulatory framework that legitimizes crypto, we should simply let it burn. This is literally 100% the approach that the Biden administration is taking to cryptocurrency. Like, do not get it twisted. Rather than creating a new legal and regulatory framework that legitimizes crypto, we should let it burn. That is their approach. The bottom line, the crypto industry is burning down and the SEC is pouring gasoline on the fire. Congress seems to be happy to stand alongside crypto skeptics and watch the fire burn. Actually, a pretty good breakdown, Felix. I don't know what your actual thoughts are. It seems like you kind of are with it, but that is truly what they're doing. So there you go. Solana, Cardano, Polygon pushback against SEC's. We talked about that. I don't need to read that. Ripple, SEC, June 13th deadline. I did talk about this, but I probably was a little more confusing than this guy is. So let's... Are Hinman's emails a smoking gun? On the SEC site, Hinman's biography now only includes his name, photo, and his previous role as the Director of Division of Corporation Finance from May 2017 to December 2020. His former bio stated that in his role, Hinman provided interpretive assistance to companies with respect to SEC rules and makes recommendations to the commission regarding new and existing rules. So it used to say that he assisted companies to understand the SEC rules. So if he's going around telling them that Ethereum is a commodity, then Ripple was misled the entire time by the SEC, and then they get sued by the SEC. And if in these emails, it reveals that, I mean, the SEC's toast. Oh, that would be beautiful. XRP heads. I don't own any XRP, but God, I want you guys to be rich. Do it. Get it. I don't care. The month of Hinman's departure was the same month that the SEC filed a suit against Ripple Labs for his unregistered sale of the XRP, which collapsed in value that day by 45% and has fallen far away from his former position as a top 3 crypto. Far away? I mean, isn't it like 6? Hinman is known for his speech in, what is it? Sorry. XRP is 6. Oh yeah, far away. Sorry. Where was I? I was right here. Okay, the end is near. The Ripple versus SEC case has loomed large over the U.S. crypto industry, which seeks clarity and legal precedent on which cryptocurrencies will be delegated as securities in the United States. Both the SEC and Ripple filed for a summary. Okay, who cares? Ripple's victory in securing Hinman's speech documents in October 2022 was also considered a major victory, but they remain confidential. Prominent voices in crypto, Charles Hoskinson, believe the SEC lawsuit will likely conclude this month. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said early last month that he was expecting a summary judgment on the case to be submitted within 3 to 6 weeks. Ripple has already spent $200 million in court to defend its case that XRP is not a security, as it does not satisfy all requirements of the SEC's oft-cited Howey test. Now, look, Ripple could have probably closed up shop with XRP, figured out a more compliant way, and settled settled this case for far less than $200 million. So just like we need to root for Coinbase, whether you really appreciate their practices, they've been annoying on several levels, but I think it's important to remember what they're having to deal with as a company. And they do have a responsibility to shareholders, and they are in the United States, and they do need to play ball. So the fact that they are not delisting, like the cowards at Robinhood and all of these other places, the fact that they are saying, no, we're not going to sit here and delist because of them just mentioning it in a thing is something to be celebrated, honestly. So that shows courage, I think. And I think Ripple has shown, obviously, over several years and several $1 million, has shown that they're a fighter too. So good on them. Okay. All right. Now that's just. Okay, here we go. This was from over the weekend. Algorand and Flow crashed to all-time lows following SEC lawsuits. Look at that. We got our logo right there, right in the middle, golden. Although the SEC took official action against the world's two largest exchanges, it also chose to name a number of cryptocurrencies that it describes as unregistered securities. Two of them, Algorand and Flow, fell to all-time lows. Mamma mia. Also Polygon, Solana, and Cardano. On Saturday, Algorand and Flow traded hands at sub 10 cents and sub 5 cents, respectively, according to CoinGecko. Both Flow and Algorand are down more than 60% from their respective 29 cents. Algorand hit a 29-cent high this year, and Flow is at 140, toppling more than 28% during a 7-day span. This week brought the lowest price in both coins' histories. Man. Yeah. So anyways, the SEC's lawsuit against Binance highlighted Algo, and obviously Bittrex before that, and then Coinbase highlighted Flow. Algorand was founded by the guy that, built the blockchain that Uber could be built on top of it, Silvio Macaulay, and then ranked 48th, but it was at 43 now. The SEC initially claimed Algo as a security against when the Bittrex lawsuit. Favorable comments made by SEC Chair Gary Gensler when he was a professor at MIT subsequently surfaced on crypto Twitter, and a vocal portion of the industry accused Gensler of being a former shill of Algorand and Macaulay. Those are good old days, the old Bittrex lawsuit days. The Algorand Foundation has already pushed back against the securities classification. We want to be clear. We believe that algos are not securities under U.S. law. We welcome clear regulatory guidelines for the advancement and growth of the entire industry. Today, almost every digital wallet that holds algo is in the red, according to data from Into the Block, a crypto market analytics firm. As of this writing, algo has declined for 17.75 million token holders compared to just 28 addresses that are in the green. That's why we read that article, because, wow. I already did that. All right. Is there any news? Has anything happened? Share this tab instead. Coop motherfuckers, after spending $3,500 on a headset. This reminds me, and I hope he's okay with me saying this, but folks, I've had a few people ask me if I'm going to have a merch store, and who better to collab with than the merch himself. So stay tuned on that. This is what I look like today. Oh, man. Coop motherfuckers, after spending $3,500, that's funny. I love it. I love you guys. There's so much support out here. I did that. There you go. I like it. I did that. Oh man, I did that. All right, so he's shilling his shitcoin. Okay, nobody cares. We'll look over here. JP Morgan is trending. Father's Day is coming up. All right, I don't see anything. Let's go back to you guys and see if you guys are yelling at me or anything. Did I have any sharing problems today? I don't feel like I did. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate it. Look, I look better than the Devin videos. You can't see the screen, Coop, if you're trying to share. Oh, okay. Well, I guess not. He likes dead air better. Well, if you're not looking for stammering, you're in the wrong place. Golden Sacks, aka my Coop balls. I'll go up or down by end of day. Yeah, that's basically it. Coop kisses. Love you guys. Hit me an email. Glad I converted Matic bag to Coop. Hell yeah, that would be a hell of a move. If you converted, just imagine that. Like if he actually did that like a couple weeks ago and converted his Matic into Coop, what a baller move. And Pepe to Coop when Pepe was at 1.5 and hadn't given up that 0. I think it's given up a 0, hasn't it? It's like that 1's gone. Yeah, every Coinbase, let's say front run. It's so annoying. Limp Idea is my porn name. Love you guys. The Coop's back. What's up, Maximus? I was working with the University of Toronto and tried to connect them with the Algorand Foundation for a partnership, but it fell through. Which is interesting because this is Chris Swenner. And they have, the Algorand Foundation has so many connections with universities. That's, what is it called? ACE. The ACE program. He said CRV. Got him. S&P up above 4,300. Oh, yeah, there we go. Should be selling and using Coinbase. So, all right, you guys are awesome. Let's go all the way down here. Oh, by the way, I think that John Woods is going to be on the next block today in a few hours. So I think at what, 1 Eastern, I believe. So that's good. We'll get some. Really good to have our Coop back live. I missed you. I'm glad to be back IRL. Thank you for watching. Good to see you, Coop. I've been in rehab detox. Have you really? Congratulations, Jeffrey, for going and addressing your issues. I've got those too, and I've been addressing them myself. So, we all have our own version of that, and it seems like you're taking the steps necessary. Yeah, guys, I mean, fuck, look, I'm back here. We're going to make sense of this. I'm going to tell you what I actually think. I'm not here to make money off of you. I mean, I want to make money off the show, but I'm not here to make money off of you, like most of your favorite influencers. It's got real scammy out there. And by the way, I want to say something to all the people out there that are watching this show and are kind of tired of all the meme coins and are tired of all the garbage, because every time I try to search crypto, and I probably need to go, and I know you guys are going to tell me to do this, and I probably should. I have to go silence certain hashtags or whatever. But like when I'm like, it's completely changed from a month ago when I would try to search certain topics on Twitter to kind of investigate and to try to figure out what I was going to talk about and see if I could find out. And the amount of crap I have to sift through because of Ben.eth and BitBoy and PsyOp and loyalty and all of that garbage is just everything is that. And that is exhausting. And it's a bad look for the industry. And I'm sure there's some people in the Algorand ecosystem that feel that way with their feed about Coop. But thankfully for them, Coop is more than that, because I can't do shit with it other than have fun. So at least there's actual value to that, But my point is that it's exhausting. And, I think we all want to get back to building a better future. But in the meantime, I do appreciate the idea that we need to have some fun and, keep ourselves entertained, or people just leave and they put on their little headsets and they buy Apple stock and get a job. And we don't want people to get jobs. You need to be on Twitter 24 hours a day dedicated to this. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, shitcoin season will fade for sure. I mean, it's the top. We're about to get wrecked. Bitcoin was way too, I don't want to say anything like I'm confident, but the XRP thing actually is really interesting. So that's a wild card. But look, Bitcoin and Ethereum were way too secure over this weekend. This was, I believe, the first leg down, and Bitcoin's going to get hit too. And then we might be able to finally start building back up, or not, or I'm wrong about that. And I actually, I'm 60% sure that that's going to happen, but there's 40% that it won't. So Alcoholics Anonymous, did Coop just say in the meantime? Oh man, I wish I did. That would have been funny. No, Stacy indirectly mentioned Coop, but what do you expect? I mean, I didn't say the most supportive things of Stacy over the last few months. Man, but wasn't my angst and my concern for Algorand health and what's going on with Algorand and the industry, wasn't I right? I mean, shit. Sometimes you just got to say when you're right. And when you're right, you're right. Like right now, Algorand is in brutal shape. I wish I were a better blockchain sleuth, because there's a lot to be seen. Like I mentioned it in passing at the beginning of the show about a lot of the selling happening from Inc. And that could just very well is so much algo because the price is so bad, and they need to keep the lights on. But God, it's brutal. Be careful, guys. You know what I mean? Just be careful. What did Crypto for Change say? She was too busy dumping out. And the joke has been said over and over and over and over again. But man, when she went to bat for Ryan Terabellini so aggressively and told everybody to sell their algo, what was algo at that point? It's probably 40 cents, right? That'd be funny. That would be funny. I mean, does that meme exist where Stacy's telling you to sell your algo at this price? And now what the price is, like, there's got to be a meme out there about Stacy telling you to sell your algo at like 50 cents. She gave you great financial advice. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, right. So she was too busy dumping algo on everyone to pay for the employees who ignore us. Laughing my ass off. That's what LMAO means, guys. Hot take. Like, what are they even doing? Who are they paying and why? And what are they even? I guess they're doing behind the scenes partnerships. Like, God, yeah. I'm not even going to talk. We'll talk. I have every morning this week to talk about it. We'll keep talking about it. To pay for okay. Can she legally say anything like that? Sell your algo? Is that what you mean? Well, I mean, I don't know if she can legally say it, but it sure doesn't make it sound decentralized when the CEO of the foundation is telling you to something. That lady has been a bad omen. I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. I especially in the beginning, I thought that she was pretty rock and roll and she was willing to mix it up and she was having fun on Twitter and she seemed like a power, a player in the game. Like she worked at the Treasury. She's worked, high up at Milken Institute. She was a big player. So I was like, okay, here we go. And it's just really been a dumpster fire. So, oof. Sheck thought it was sexual tension. Oh yeah. Oh, my fucking Sheck. Buddy man likes that. Crypto for change. Sheck. LOL. Would be green to work without lights. Would be green to work without lights. Yeah, that's what we should. That should be the movement. We should be trying to get the Algorand Foundation to conserve more energy. So, like, we want to see all of their meetings in the dark. You know what I mean? They're like their Zoom meetings with like candles. I don't know. That's not very funny. We don't think about the prices. Yeah. Nobody thinks about the prices. Crypto for Chain's going to give the jaw the business to the freaking the one shining. Not, I don't want to say the one. There's a lot of people at the foundation that are fantastic, but John Allen Woods, as Crypto for Change only refers to him as. And I can't be here. I can't watch that live. I'll definitely watch your guys' interview later today, but I can't watch it live. I think it was 50 or 65 cents. Yeah, there you go. Dumping of algo equals decentralization. And Logiotech, I did actually mention that earlier. And I think it's also fair. Look, right now, it feels like, is algo going to go to zero, right? But Algorand has never been named in any of these lawsuits. They've just mentioned, along with all of these cryptocurrencies, other than a handful. You have your Bitcoins, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, other proof of work stuff like Doge and Digibyte and stuff like that. Those are all going to be great. Seems like DOT has maneuvered to the point of being not being involved in this. There's a select handful that haven't been, but then everything else. I mean, all of the other popular stuff, ADA, Cosmos, Cardano, Cosmos, all of them, for the most part, Solana, all of it has been named alongside Algorand. So Algorand is no longer unique in this, and they're not being sued. The foundation isn't being sued. Inc. isn't being sued. So, like Logiotech is talking about, Ethereum had a massive crash and built itself back up. So you don't want to be too scared in these moments, especially if you've written it down from 270. Like, I don't know. I'm veering into financial advice, so I'm not going to give it. You got to do what you got to do. And you do want to diversify, I would think, and, mitigate your risk. But this is truly not financial advice. I am literally, like Buddy Man said, just stammering right now because I want to be careful about all that. And not just because people might be watching that would want to get me in trouble, but because I don't want to give you, because I could be wrong, obviously, about a lot of this stuff. But I'm just pointing out that it's not necessarily the end, right? So anyway, I don't really know the point I'm trying to make. Sorry. Should have listened to her. I mean, literally. Coop for CEO. Let's do it. Price would be higher if foundation never existed. No. Yeah, they need to promote Coop, but not Coop does. Coop, good questions. What are the AD doing? You mean the foundation? AF? Hey, Algorand is the official sponsor of the upcoming FIFA Women World Cup. Yeah. It takes a dumpster fire to make a phoenix. That's right. You got to rise. You got to rise from the ashes, folks. We got to rise from the ashes. The part I like most about algo is that when you opt into an asset in the wallet, it locks up that algo. If enough people use wallet or open more wallets, more algo will be locked. Yeah, that's a under mentioned thing about Algorand, because often it talks about the very, very low fees, but there is also that lockup. The thing I like about Algorand, by the way, is the experience of using it. Honestly, like the experience of using Algorand, and I've used more than one chain, it is fantastic. And there's a lot of really bright people that are building on it, and there's some great projects. So the actual user experience of Algorand is top of class. So it doesn't matter, you can be a multi-chain person, you could be interested in other ecosystems and participate, but Algorand is the perfect playing ground for DeFi. It truly is. And it's also the perfect playing ground for large institutions to put their thing on it, because it can work and it's been secure. It's never been down, even through all this stuff. never down. There were some complaints the other day about transactions taking a while. I mean, 20 minutes later, I went and did like 10 transactions and they all happened instantly. So look, it's certainly not all bad when it comes to Algorand. It's just, does, what are the people doing? Like, what are the foundation? What's the plan? Are they just trying to lay low and keep building and continue to the future? Or are they so in bed with all of these people that they're going to have to fold? I don't know. All right. I mean, that's La Geotech. That's what I've been saying. John Woods for Algorand Foundation CEO. Like, I've been saying that. I didn't want to say that because I doubt John even wants that. Maybe he does. I don't know either way. But before all of this disaster that happened with before Bittrex, before all of that, like, I was like, what would be cool is if the Algorand Foundation was led by somebody that could really speak to the tech. Because if Algorand's known for being the best tech, how about having a guy that actually can speak to that tech in a charismatic way that can draw people in and really break it down? And John Woods has proven over and over and over again to have that capability. And he also has a draw. Like, he's somebody that people at Cardano respect and look up to. People that watch him like him. He looks like a WWE wrestler. What's his Sheamus? So, I mean, he's got all of the boxes. Looks like a wrestler. It's important to me. Chicken. Oh man, that's one of my favorite parts of that whole entire thing. When I said that I've never eaten chicken before. Called them majestic animals. Sometimes I crack myself up, folks. All right. I'm curious when the foundation is going away, because that's the ultimate goal. Yeah, the ultimate goal of the foundation is to go away. And it seems like it might be happening sooner than later. I don't know what they're doing. And they have made such stupid mistakes when it comes to the community. It makes zero sense. It is just, once again, people thinking that they have this idea of how they're going to grow something, and they're going to ignore the people that are actually here and try to cultivate that. That's 100% what they've done. They may not think that they've done that, but they've done that. They wanted a certain look for the foundation. They wanted to sell a certain thing. And they went out and on Craigslist, put out a Craigslist ad and started hiring strangers because they fit a box. And instead of looking at the active, smart, engaged community that is dedicated, many of you dedicated many of your waking hours to building a community and communicating with each other, instead of lifting those people up, they gave lip service to those people and then put out, a Craigslist ad about being like, do you check certain boxes? And now they're surprised that these people can't connect with the crowd. And I'm sure that they're not, but it's just like, come on, know your community. Anyways. Right? Am I right about that? Do you guys appreciate that? Apparently, ETH is sufficiently decentralized. What is Algorand is determined to be sufficiently decentralized? Well, ETH is so far away from all of that. I bet you if the SEC doesn't probably actually, or Gary probably doesn't think that ETH is sufficiently decentralized, but I think Precedent and, all the people that control Gary are going to let ETH, be, there's a lot of people that have a lot of money. A lot of powerful people have a lot of money into Ethereum. So I'll probably be left alone. I need to run back to my meetings. I at least can check in each day after 10 a.m. Eastern. All right. Well, I usually go after, I'm supposed to stop at 7, but my kids are off for summer. So there's no like super big rush to get them to school. So I can go a little later. Today, I haven't been here for months. So it's at least been a month, right? So I'm just kind of going on and on. Django, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back, and I'm happy to have you back. Thanks, man. Logitech. ETH used to crash 30% in 30 minutes, just as far back as like 2018 to 2020. These are the things that you have to remember. And I think the financial advice that everybody always gives, and I think is safe for me to give, is that it's very wise, especially right now, for you to make sure that you're using risk management and following your conviction with money that you could actually lose. If you have not learned by now that the money you put in crypto can actually be lost, you're not paying attention. So, look, there's two things that you can be, in my opinion, when you're in crypto. You can be a long that believes in the future of the technology, and you want to have a financial you want to have a vested interest in it. You want to be one of the early people that adopted it, and you think that you have a thesis, a personal thesis that you have crafted, and you're a long, and you DCA, and you can't get wrecked in a DCA if you're constantly mitigating risk and keeping cash reserves. And then you DCA, and it doesn't matter if you're catching a falling knife when you DCA, because you always maintain a certain amount of cash reserves. You can't get wrecked that way. And when everything turns around, you'll be very happy. Or you're an incredible trader and you know better than to catch a falling knife. You know that accumulation are the times. You aren't always trying to catch a bottom because you know you can't. You need to see some things before you enter after something drops off a cliff. I'm not an expert trader by any means. So if you want to learn more about trading, you find people that can teach you about trading. I don't know. But those are the two things that you need to do. You either become very good at trading. Don't try to be a long, DCA guy that's trading, because you're going to get wrecked. If you're going to be a trader, know how to trade. There you go. Learn how to do it. Be safe. Or, be a long DCA guy and be like, all right, well, I spend so much time on this. Like, I want to learn how to trade. So then throw a bit money over there and start practicing trading. Get wrecked. Learn how to do it. Be like, oh, crap. And start to see patterns. Learn momentum. And see if you can put that together in a way that is safe for you. And it's like, okay, well, $1,500 isn't going to murder me here. So I'm going to put $1,500 in my trading account and I'm going to teach myself how to trade. I mean, there's many different things that you can do. It obviously depends on you. But my main concern for people is that you're actually a long and a DCA guy that believes in the future of the technology and actually loves the technology. And you panic and you start thinking, okay, well, I'm seeing a whole bunch of people make money on this market that's only crashed. Like, I want to be one of those people. And then usually those people that go over there and don't know what they're doing and start trying to trade are the people that lose a lot of money. So I don't know if that makes any sense. If the Algorand, so Ludo wants me to be on the Algorand Foundation multi-sig, that would be hilarious. I'm down. I'm back to John. He looks like Seamus. I'd rather see Jaws CEO than selling us Apple Vision Pro. Yeah, he's like a big Apple guy, isn't he? Yeah, he's real excited. I've been in a Coop bubble, and thankfully I needed it. But yeah, no, John is he likes Apple. The algo rant, I'll bring that back. I basically kind of just did it. Seeking to my DCA soul right now. Hell yes, Seth. All right, guys. Well, look, I want you guys to this is your homework. I'm in Bitcoin, some Ethereum, Algo, DOT. And I have some Digibyte, I have some Litecoin, I have some Monero. But those are smaller. So, but when it comes to the future of smart contracts and the basis for Web3, I'm going to add one more. What should I do? That's going to be the game for the ReCoop for a while. So I'm pretty excited about Dot right now. I'm always excited about Algorand and its community and the tech that I know how to use and play with. And I genuinely believe in this playing ground. I hope we're able to survive and keep this technology going and evolving, because again, like Algorand Inc. is dumping to pay probably to keep the lights on. And frankly, they're an elite team. And the main reason why Algorand is anything, I mean, it's fantastic technology, and the United States is dropping the ball attacking this. And Gary Gensler knows it. He's talked about it. You could build Uber on top of it. It sucks. It sucks that we're here. It makes me think that Algorand will survive. So I'm not going anywhere there either. But yeah, I'm looking for maybe I'm looking for another one outside of Ethereum. I don't know. You guys tell me. You guys can. We'll talk about it. We'll be there. All right, guys. I remember when people thought Devin was just a drunk. Coop, the old days. Yeah, you guys thought I was actually drunk. I would never do that actually drunk. I wouldn't. I was never, not once was I actually drunk in any of those videos. Hate to burst your bubble. I'm sure there's some people out there, and I've seen a couple of comments in this vein, that people thought that Devin was an actual person. Like that's Coop. That's the actual Coop Coin Dev. Hey guys, Coop Coin Dev here. Devin. Oh boy. That's fun, right? Isn't that fun? I remember when your mom tickled me and then I kissed her on the cheek and then a purple dinosaur came in the room and then it farted. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. We were a little rusty today, but we'll get back on it. And we're going to turn this thing into, I'm going to keep it going. I probably will have to take 2 weeks off in July for a trip to visit my wife's family in Connecticut. So if you're in Connecticut, the Northeast, maybe we can high five somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow, guys. All right. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day. And did anything happen? Or did any news happen? What did I miss? I'll go look and we'll talk about